Welcome to Put a Pin in It, where we talk about anything and everything. I'm Willie B with.
Lois Lane.
Okay, what do we have a pin in today?
Well, where we left off last was talking about clap phones and the art of hanging up on someone.
And what makes that a topic for you?
I think it's a topic for everyone.
Why do you like
not just me?
Having a clap phone? And
I miss having one. It's not that I like my iPhone now.
so I guess you have a lot of people you just want to.
No, not necessarily. A lot of
phone.
people. Just a couple.
I guess you could say it's. You get in an argument and there's something to say about what just saying, fuck you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't do the same justice now. Like, if you're on the phone or you're in an argument, well, I mean, I guess you have to be on a phone call, but if you're in an argument with somebody, or even if you're just annoyed, it doesn't do the same, like, satisfaction to just be like,
red button. Break your phone and shit. I broke my phone.
Or you break your finger trying to aggressively hang up on someone. But that's what I'm saying. Like, when you had the flip phones and you could just be like, someone immediately call you fucked up, like, bitch, wait, what?
Ain't nothing like saying,
that was just the most, it's so satisfying.
Ain't nothing like saying fuck you and slapping the phone down.
Well, that's the thing. Is that how it's viewed?
So I was viewed.
I don't necessarily take it as a fuck. I mean, I know I've been hung up on plenty of times. It's not always a fuck you. Sometimes it's just a
bitch.
Exactly. We'll pick up on this later.
What was the conversations?
I don't know.
Give me an example that you got hung up on.
Well, I mean, I could give you an example when you hung up on me about Diet Dr. Pepper.
We all know about how I feel about Dr. Pepper.
No, I don't even remember why you hung up on me that day. I just remember when you went to hang up on me, you must have had your AirPods in because you was like, "Goddamn, Lois Lane." You went to hang up, but I heard you say, you was probably gonna say I was so annoying.
So I perfected the art.
No, you didn't.
Of clapping the phone without having one.
No, because you actually have not mastered anything. If you were really like, see, you missed the opportunity because you should have hung up. So I didn't hear any of that. And then you could have just vented and been like,
how you know
goddamn Lois Lane. You probably tried, but you failed. That's what I'm saying.
How you know I didn't sit there and
you
say,
failed
at
Lois that.
Lane did hit the red button.
Well, why wouldn't you have just said that to me versus making me think you hung up?
Well, technically,
I
did.
You know, you... Oh, is this what we're doing for the recording? Okay. You have to sound like when you unpause it. Well, I guess we won't know. I'll say, okay. What is the point
Fruit
of
fly, bro. Fruit fly.
What is the point?
Or just like a dog with a squirrel.
I don't know where we were at before, but I'm just saying I think you missed.
I mean, I get it. It's like you missed.
Oh no, you said how do I know that you didn't intentionally do that? But then that's not, you weren't really hanging up. You didn't have the essence of like when we had flip phones. You're missing the essence of just being like, bitch, you got me fucked up. That's an immediate like, no. I shouldn't hear anything. And vice versa.
Maybe I created a new style.
Well, we'll see if that catches on, but so far, I don't think
need it to catch on. It's something I like.
So you're saying maybe I created a new trend of just making people insecure. That's basically what you say.
Me calling you Lois Lane makes you insecure?
No, because the way you said it, like you started to say you're so annoying. But then you finally got to the red button part before you could get all of the annoying out.
I got to the red button when I'm holding my phone.
You probably wasn't holding it. You probably had your AirPods in or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have my phone on my lap.
Wasn't with you. It was on the phone.
Yeah, I had it down somewhere down the street. I had to go get it before I hung up on you.
You know what? Props to him, because that was probably like really rough.
I do want to go back to like when I said when we was talking to a couple friends about the. He's like, you don't want to go to the movies with me? I said, no.
Who, you talking to guy friends?
Yeah. No, I said I've gone to movies with other friends of those guys, and I told them, I was like, well, it depends on the movie, seat arrangement, and you can't stick your hand in my popcorn.
Okay, I mean, I guess I could understand that part, but like the movie and the seat arrangement, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, so if I went to go to the movies with a guy friend and we watched The Notebook.
Maybe you guys are going through something personal in your life. Why would...
Okay, 50 Shades of Grey.
Again, I feel like nobody's going to know what you're going to the movies.
I know.
Okay, that's mean. Nobody else is going to know what you're seeing. So that, I guess it depends on your personal convictions.
I'm not going to be looking over like, hey, don't get no ideas, bro.
Those are probably, you know what? I hate to say it like this. I hope I don't sound rude, but I don't know what that means.
It doesn't sound like you hate to say it. You're like laughing as you say it.
No, it's mimicking Keke Palmer. But I feel like a movie date...
It's different for guys.
No, I'm saying a movie date for a dude on the down low with another guy is probably their, like... That's probably what they love. Like, they shooting for it. Because they could be in the dark. And, like, even if you do, like, let's just, you know...
Stop rubbing elbows.
Exactly. Bro. Like, even if you guys do, like, have a chair in between you, it still is enough of an environment where they feel like, oh... Your guard is lowered. It's a setting where it's intimate, more intimate. So that's probably the number one thing. So if you got men that ask you as your friends to go to the movies, they probably want to fuck.
No.
How do you know?
You're just gonna jump straight to that. Like,
how do you know? Maybe they thought about fucking. They might not want to, but maybe they thought about it.
I don't even know how to address that. Because especially if you was friends with somebody for a long time.
Okay, well, I can't even say long-standing friendships are safe because...
Like, bro, you've been fantasizing about me this whole time?
I mean, like, okay, but what if you went to the movies with a friend that you'd been friends with forever?
And we got a seat in between us, and I look over and he's in the seat next to me. Like,
no, just let's say like you go to the movies and you guys have the seat between. You put the popcorn in the neutral seat in between, so there's no funny shit happening.
There's still a moment, because guess what? What if I reach in the popcorn?
But that's what I'm saying. What if before the movie even started, he just looked at you and was like, "I've always wanted to fuck." Would you leave?
Wow.
Would you leave or would you still watch the movie and just move your goddamn seat? Like
I might take the popcorn and throw it on them and just leave.
Like, how dare you? I am a gentleman.
Because you take me to dinner first.
But seriously.
I knew something was up when you was watching me drink my Slurpee.
But I'm seriously like, what would you do? Like,
I'm getting up.
But I mean, and first of all, I know you came up with this topic, but like, how often does that even happen? Like, that two men and like your friends
well, we was talking because I was
get asked to go to the movies by another man. Like, does that happen a lot?
Well, my
like,
brother,
platonically?
They're going to see a movie. It's was it Death Slayer, I think. Demon Slayer. And they're going. I was like, he's like, should I go to the movies with you? I was like, shit, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, that's your brothers.
No, they're going. He's going with a friend.
Your brother is?
Yeah. And then I was like, ain't shit wrong with that.
My baby dad?
No.
Okay. I was saying, that is kind of gay.
New topic. Baby daddy.
Okay, well, how much time do we have? Because is it working? Check 1.
Said,
Say,
I'm
I've been
looking-
waiting my whole life for
I've been
this.
waiting for you to bring that shit.
No, I'm just kidding. But from the hanging up, though, that brings me back from what you said, because it was like, it's like fuck you when you hang up on somebody. Like when we had the flip phones, that's what that was saying.
Guess what?
Fuck you.
You come at me in the movies and you do some crazy shit and I leave and then you call me, that deserves a hang up. Like, fuck you.
Well, what do you mean crazy shit?
Like
Throwing the popcorn on them and stuff?
Like if you try to sit there and hit on me in the movie theater and I get up and leave and they try to call me, you will get a hang up immediately.
I'm surprised you wouldn't just block them immediately.
Well, you gotta let somebody. Well, no, matter of fact, I can't let you explain if it was just straightforward like you put it.
Although that's another thing too. That's a good pivot, because if, let's say that you do, like, let's say it's like a childhood friend from elementary school. Y'all have grown up together. You're in the, I won't say prime of your lives, but like, like you're in your 40s. So like you guys have seen a lot of stages of your life advance. Okay. So you're like, oh, like, let's go to here. Let's do something super masculine, like
an Avenger movie.
Yeah, like something DC or Marvel, something like that, or like the Dragon Ball Z shit.
How
that
dare
shit.
you hit on me with Captain America on the screen?
Well, whatever. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Or even like something like Deadpool, like Deadpool 2 when it came out, because that's funny, and I know a lot of guys like that. Whatever.
I would call him doucheball as soon as he did it.
But my point is, like, if you guys went to that type of movie where it's like nothing would raise any flags, because like if he was to be like, hey, you want to go see this movie called 69 Dicks, that's a red flag.
Movie theater is playing that?
I don't know. You're missing the point. That would be like super.
No, come up with something realistic.
Okay, well, okay.
You had 50 Shades of Grey. You had fucking Notebook.
Okay, or 50 Shades of Grey, or even what was the one? Brokeback Mountain.
That is screaming that you want to do something. If you go with another man.
That's what I'm saying. That's too obvious. I'm saying, like.
He's like, man. See
although I did say 69 Dicks.
See how he's riding that horse? You know what I mean? Hey, I wouldn't mind going on a camping trip like that with you. What is you talking about?
My point is, it depends on the movie, I think, but if it was something where like it was questionable, wouldn't you already feel some type of way before you went?
I'm not going, because I would ask what we're going to see.
That's what I mean. So what if he was like, this is what I want to see, as like, okay.
Take another number, because I'm not the one.
Okay. But what if it was someone like a guy friend that was going through like a really tumultuous time in their life? Like, let's say,
There is nothing you're going through that making...
If they just broke up with somebody, or they just feeling really low and they wanted to go see like a romance movie.
I'm not going to see a romance movie.
But why?
No.
There might not even be anything like sexual in the movie.
It has nothing to do with sexual. I'm not about to get all emotional with you.
So you don't get emotional with another man, like another friend?
If he is crying because he broke up, I'll listen to him. But I'm not, and I repeat, not going to a romance movie with...
But what if he was like crying to you like...
Pick another number. I am not the one.
You didn't hear my full question.
I know
what if he
you're
was
gonna say.
crying to me and like, explaining everything, and you just said you would listen and be there, right?
We're going on a date.
That's what I'm saying. What if he was like, the only thing that's going to really make me be able to bounce back is if you will go to this movie?
I'd be like, is there anything else?
But he just said that's the only
And
thing.
I'm like, do we have options? I'm not doing that. I was like, there's got to be something else. I love you, brother, but there's got to be something else. There's got to be something else. There's no way. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
You
In fact, you can go
said-
see the movie.
Okay,
and you
but
can
wait,
tell
I
me
would
about it.
I want to just put a pin in it there because when I had the same conversation with you, you said no, you have to choose. Because you said if the world was ending and you had to pick between a cheeseburger or a hamburger or nothing.
No, I said a cheeseburger or a hamburger.
No, you said a hamburger or a hot dog. Because I said,
You said you would starve.
how do you remember? God
You
damn it,
said
I had
you
a
was-
good point.
Yeah,
See, then you try to
said
say
would
some
starve.
shit.
You said you would starve, and I was like,
Yes, I was starved because I don't want a goddamn
You're a
hamburger.
damn lie, because you're gonna get hungry. You're gonna start.
I would
looking at
never
that-
eat a hamburger.
You would start looking at that motherfucker.
A hamburger is disrespectful to a cheeseburger, first of all.
Yeah, but you said end of the world. So
Yes,
you're
I'm gonna die for my convictions.
Okay. You go ahead and die for that fucking burger without cheese. I'm gonna be eating.
No, I'm gonna die for a burger with cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, get it right.
What's on the list?
Well, that's what I was saying, what you said earlier, because it is a fuck you. So what's more satisfying?
Hanging
A
up?
good fuck you after an argument or for the other person to apologize first?
Hold on, repeat it again.
After an argument,
Mm-hmm.
what's more satisfying to be able to
Fuck
say,
you.
yeah, a good fuck you? That's what I'm saying. A good fuck you, or to the
You
other
gotta put
person,
you gotta have some phlegm,
or
behind that
the
motherfucker.
other person apologizes first.
They apologize first. It depends on what they said. Because I might have to get that fuck you out.
I mean,
Matter of
that's
fact, to tell you the truth,
the
if
question's
they said-
subjective,
well,
but
if they said something, I'm gonna be to say, like, if they did say something that was really offensive, they're not gonna get a chance to apologize first, because that fuck you is gonna fly out.
no, it's not apologize. I mean, apologizing first though can be
What?
like you might not talk for a couple weeks,
Yeah,
but
if-
they reach out to be like, "Oh,
if
I'm
that
sorry."
That fuck you's coming out as soon as you fucking said something disrespectful.
I'm saying though, I get that. That's the action of whether
Oh, so you're saying
what's
time's
more
passed.
satisfying. No, I'm not even saying the time. It doesn't have.
Okay.
That's subjective also. I know that this question has a lot of, like variables, because I understand what you're saying. Because sometimes when you're in like the middle of a heated argument, a good fuck you does seem like the best course of action, and it's going to make you feel really good right then and there. But I've had arguments where it's like I was right about to utilize that fuck you, and then the other person did some shit, and I was like, I didn't even have to. And maybe that's my
I'll take the
karma.
apology.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's my karma. I didn't have to say something, and for whatever reason, that conflict happened, and then me and that person didn't talk for a while. But it was always the other person to reach out to be like, you know what, I'm sorry. And in certain instances, that scenario that I just described has made me feel just as satisfied as
Is it
when
in
I told
person,
somebody
or
to
is it-
fuck you.
Is it in person or is it over the phone?
Honestly, it don't really matter. The fact that
I don't
they
know.
said they was
If you-
wrong.
If you apologize, I guess.
Although it always means more when someone, even if it's not in person, if someone calls you and says that they're sorry, I mean, like, I would believe that more than someone to just text me and be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, it always means more when there's some level
I
of,
think if it was like you knew you was really hurt and they knew you was hurt, it wouldn't be, the conversation would go from, we need to talk, can we meet up, get lunch or something? And it would start from there, because I'm not going to pick up the phone anyway and just listen to you apologize. I would want to hear it face to face. Because I want to see if you really mean it, because you can fake an apology over the phone.
well, I don't know. I disagree with that because I feel like,
I said you can. I'm not saying,
I know, but I'm saying, I feel like okay, that's also another variation because it shows how much a person fucks with you. Because, like, if somebody fucks up with you, they know they fucked up. Like, unless they're just totally unintelligent.
well, I'll take the apology.
I don't know. Sometimes
Well, it
that
also
fuck you.
depends on what the fuck
You
you
might
do.
not get the apology. I think you gotta ascertain the scenario of, will you ever get an apology? Because if you're not ever gonna get an apology, tell that bitch fuck you, because tomorrow's not promised. Tell them fuck you today. But if
But you
you,
told me, you said take the apology or say fuck you. So,
which is more satisfying, that's what I said.
no, an apology is more satisfying.
I mean, I don't disagree. I was going to say that was what I would choose.
Fuck you feels good in the moment. It doesn't last.
Fuck you is an instant gratification.
I'm like, yes! You be wanting to tell me, man, I told that motherfucker, fuck you.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference though, because girls like, and I'm gonna loop in gay men. I'm bringing in Shathid. Sorry, I'm an advocate of the alphabet gang, but even like with Liam, like Shathid, there's been plenty of times where me and him have got into it, and I know I didn't do anything wrong. And so when he did finally come back and give me that sorry, I was like, yeah, bitch, that's right. Yeah.
Damn, you diabolical. You diabolical. Oh, super villain? Wow. Okay then.
Why is that a super villain? Because I said I'm
All I
right.
heard was that picture of mine was a motherfucker going, putting their hands and going, muhahaha, muhaha.
I mean, I don't see why that's applicable. Just because I just know I'm right.
That was a Mr. Burns moment.
I'm just gonna tell you like this: a lot of times in my life, when there has been somebody that did me wrong, and it doesn't matter if it's a relationship or a friendship or whoever, they all spin the block. So that lets me know. I mean, I know I have my own toxicities and shit, but it's not really me. I know that. I know what you're doing. I know. I understand.
That's good. So basically, you would take the.
I didn't say what I would take.
Basically, you would say you like both, depending on the situation.
I guess that's a fair assessment, but we could put a pin in it. So let's just go on to the next one. Or put a pin in that. Because,
All of it.
well, that's actually a good thing. Put a pin in everything. But with the phones and stuff, there's also another debate about iPhones versus Androids.
I like both. I have both.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
They literally, it's just a phone. They both do the same thing.
but I have a question
Another
because
form of division, that's all it is.
everybody talks about like Samsung, and this is where, okay, I don't want to, because I've heard people be like, oh, I have a Samsung. Obviously, that's an Android.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
But you can literally take the format or the.
is Samsung only the Android? I thought everything that wasn't an iPhone is an Android. That has to be by definition what the argument is. iPhones are better than every other phone. So
I think you pay for.
Why is Android even a thing? That's what I don't understand. Like,
it's the programming.
they're all smartphones.
Yeah, but it's the programming.
What?
The programming. You have an iPhone program and you have an Android program. Just like you have.
But they all access the same apps. That don't make sense.
It's just another form of division. I
Okay.
think.
So what? But I'm saying, okay, you've had a Samsung and an iPhone.
Both.
I've only had
Right now.
iPhones. So from your perspective, what's the difference between the phones?
The format, I guess you could say, or I'd say iPhone you pay for security, and Android you don't have as much, and you get, I would say, a better screen because they do have like you can like when you play games and stuff.
So like the video quality is better on an Android?
But to tell you the truth, like Android puts out everything first, and iPhone adapts to Android and works out all the kinks. iPhone will work out all the kinks that like a Samsung has, and will take things from those Samsung and put it to their new phones. So you're basically getting people that have iPhones. You just literally have a second generation Samsung.
Wait, what?
They take the technology from the Samsung and put it into the new iPhone. That's already been part of a Samsung already. You have the screens that you have. Here we go. Got the giggles.
I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm just so
I'm
confused.
saying they come out with everything first. Just like the touch, the face recognition, the fingerprint. All
Oh, Samsung did that first?
they did all that first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They just take it and they just
How do you know they did that first?
because I've had both and I've seen them have it before them. They just perfect it. I'm not knocking either one. They're both good phones. They're smartphones. Like
Well,
I
that's
said,
what I'm saying. Every phone now
iPhone
is a
has-
smartphone, so it doesn't matter
I
if
say
you
we-
have an Android or an iPhone. For me, the reason I get iPhones is because it's convenience.
I just think
They're a
that
very, even though it's a smartphone,
you pay for the security when you have an iPhone. You have way better security.
no,
than-
because I'll tell you this. I think that if you are a person that's not like technologically inclined, because I mean, I even just going to get
they all have
this
pros and
phone,
cons.
I had to wipe it and then redo it. And I had to stand in the Sprint store to make sure that I was doing it right. There's a lot of people, especially like people like my mom, like they get a new phone, they're not going to know how to set that up.
But I'm just saying it's the security.
But an iPhone is way easier to set up because it basically prompts you and does everything for
How's
you.
it easier?
Well, I don't know.
It's all about what you're used to.
Okay, I won't argue with you.
No,
You're
I'm
right.
just saying,
No,
'cause I've
you're
had-
right.
'cause I've
I've never had a
when I
Samsung, so
when
I don't know
'cause
how
I
easy
had-
it is to set that up.
I've had Samsung and I
Where'd
was
you
used
get
to
that
it.
black cross?
Focus. Worried about my jewelry. Chill.
I was just looking, where did you get that? Because I haven't seen you wear that.
Focus.
Okay, I'm listening.
Jesus Christ.
I just was
I swear,
asking.
fruit fly. Oh, look, an apple. Look, Jesus.
I would rather if you said kiwi or something.
Oh, see, look. You know what? Next topic, please.
Okay. I don't even know where we left off.
We were talking about Androids and iPhones.
The great debate. So which one's better? Or never.
I think they're both equally. They both have their pros and cons, and I think it's actually even. It's all about.
It's even. You think it's even? I don't think so. I think
So
way
why
more
is it
people
not even?
have iPhones.
What the? So how? That just means you know more people with an iPhone. I know a lot of people that have freaking Androids.
You know what? You're right. Maybe it is even because if there wasn't the market for the Android, they wouldn't
They'd
have
be
the
done.
phones.
Exactly.
Okay.
I just think no. If you want to go off of Samsung, especially if you
I'm
have
literally
like
just not even trying to be funny. I like after I had, because that's why I came up with the flip phone, because I had the Razor and I had the one where it was like, you know, the flip one. And so after that shit, I like got an iPhone, and that was in I think 2011 when I got my first iPhone. But everything was so simple. But being an iPhone user from then to now, you can see like even in like, and I guess that goes with the updates because like
yeah,
it's all about formatting and how it looks.
what you're used to.
But I mean, it's so much. But even to set it up, you have to, you know, I feel like
Well, I think it's just what you're used to.
you have to be able to have it be
'Cause
easier
I
to
think-
set up.
'cause I had-
iPhones are easier to set up.
I don't know about that. I just would say that, like the Samsungs, especially the new ones, they have better screens. I mean, if you're a person that watches like videos and you play games, I think the Samsung, especially the new ones, are better for that because just of the screen. An iPhone, if you're like you want security and you don't want viruses and all that stuff or people's data breaches, I think that's what you're paying for. But that's just me. We all have our different opinion. So what else?
I don't know what time is it.
We've never we ain't gonna agree on that one because you like iPhone. I mean, I like both, but still.
I like what's easier.
What else do we have on the board?
Biracial is in or mixed people the new it thing.
So what makes you bring that up?
Well, I mean, everyone is mixed with something
This is true.
in America today. But I mean, myself personally, I have many different things that make who I am. So, I mean, it's just
Unique.
like, well, yeah, but I know a lot of people like, okay, so when I meet people who are from out places, when I was younger, it used to be way more disrespectful, but because people would be like, what are you? But now, I guess people feel more comfortable assigning labels to things, so they'll be like, are you Greek? Are you Italian? And then when I tell people like my ethnicity, it's just a fact that I feel like I shouldn't have to say that.
Do you take offense to it?
No.
Some people, I imagine some people do.
I don't necessarily, this is what I take offense to, is if somebody says, what are you?
How they
Because
word, I mean, just how they come. I mean, I can see how that just comes off.
no, because I've had that happen since
Human?
high school. Exactly. Like I've had, and it's primarily men like that have asked me that, which I get it. Like they probably are saying that because, they're interested in me because of how I look. But
Well,
this is also a learning because there's like better ways that you could ask someone what, their background is to just say, what
how
are
would
you?
you prefer somebody to address that? I'm pretty sure that like you say it's like, are you
I mean,
Spanish? Are
I
you?
feel like if a man wants to, if he thinks I look a certain way or whatever, I think you should just not even
Ask
lead
it?
with, I don't even think you should say, what are you? I mean, because I
No,
just
that's what
think
I'm
you should
saying.
get to know somebody. Like, just,
I
if
think
you
it.
think someone is attractive, like, you should just try to get to know them. And that's my point. It will come out in
I think it
conversation.
could be worded differently. Like say, like somebody's coming up to you. And
Or
they're like,
like if you talk to somebody and like you have like, oh, I hear an accent. Are you
exactly. It
from
can be worded like you
like, are
look
you from New
Spanish,
York or
or
whatever? And then you open up the gate to
yeah,
talk about those
like you look
things.
Spanish, or you look like you.
That would be preferable to say,
Instead of
what
say
are you?
exactly,
Yes.
because that's I ain't gonna lie, that does sound offensive. Like, what are you? Like, I'm human. I'm a female, or you say I'm a male.
Well, that's what I mean.
I mean, I
Like,
get that. I mean, I get it not as much. Most people just think they just assume that I'm just black,
well, yeah.
and I'm like, especially when they see my hair because it's all white now, and they're like, that's what they really start thinking like, are you? Because it's all white, and I'm not.
Well, I also think when people like talk to you, you're really tall, you have a deeper voice, and you are not necessarily like super light skinned. So, like, people probably
Only in the
don't.
wintertime.
Well, no, I mean,
I'm really light in the wintertime.
not compared to other mixed
Like
people I
my
know.
brother, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's plenty of other people.
I mean,
Like,
shit, I can only imagine my youngest son. They're gonna be
but
like,
so okay, just to go off of that, like,
I don't think he's ever gonna get that asked that question.
he will, because he's just, the older he gets, the more
Well, he has
tan
this
he's gonna get.
since
I mean,
they
because even I've seen it since he's gotten like,
because
since he was born,
Addison
and
was
as
real
he
light.
gets older in summers,
Yeah, yeah. You start coat your skin.
that's what I mean. That's what happened. Is produces that melanin is in them. It's just going to be produced more
She was really
in the sun.
like she didn't have. She was a white baby. I mean, all of them was size Will. That dude came out like copper tone.
Was he really dark?
That dude came out like he was in a tanning bed.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's because he was the first boy.
Probably. He took all the ink.
Oh, I mean, I can't say because I've only seen pictures of your kids when they were born, but I know okay, so like
It came to
with
Max and Daddy ran out. The ink cartridge went dry.
when both my kids were born, like, okay, well, I'll say this. When my oldest was born, when Oliviani was born, she literally was like, I know most kids look like kind of alien-y, but she was just beautiful.
I
Just
don't think
like,
that. I think it's more like, well, I'll say this, like,
she had a beautiful
they
complexion.
get the cone head when they first come out. That's just because.
But see, I didn't push my children out.
when
I
they
had a
come out-
C-section
they come out
on both my kids.
That's why they give them that cap.
But I'm saying, I knew I was going to have a C-section with both my daughters. But with Oliviani, and I do have to say this, shout out to University of Cincinnati Hospital because they were much better to deliver in because I did
you
not.
do 2 different hospitals?
Yeah, I delivered Oliviani at Good Sam. And then I delivered Rain at UC because Good Sam is a Catholic hospital.
Yeah.
So even though I really loved my delivery when I was I loved my doctors, I loved all of that stuff when I was pregnant with Oliviani, but they wouldn't let me tie my tubes if I was to go like with Rain and have my doctor care through there. And that was like, as soon as I found out I was pregnant with Rain, I automatically knew like I want to tie my tubes.
So what makes you think that people were?
But my point is this: like when Oliviani was born, she looked just like, I mean, like literally like beautiful, like just like I mean, and she had her skin tone was just
glow.
not even a glow. Like her skin tone, like Oliviani was one of those babies where like you couldn't really tell what she was. And I'm not even saying this to like hype myself, but like when I was just a single mom with Oliviani, like when she was a baby, even up until, I mean, even still to this day it happens, but like consistently when I would go out to eat with my mom, I would have people like, it happened a lot, but when she was between like, 0 and 3 months, like we would be at restaurants and people would like literally like walk by and like be leaving and then come back and be like, your baby is beautiful. But like nobody knows what Oliviani is. And then like her name also, I feel like that leads to it because nobody really can guess what she is, but like saying what are you is like crazy because you could have a whole.
Say the full name again.
I don't want to say my whole child's name but it's Oliviani Lizette Whitty.
Yeah, every time I hear that middle name, I think of fucking the French.
But Lizette is a Spanish name.
I know, but all I can hear is baguette.
And Oliviani was basically, I told you my Spanish name in high school was Olivia. That's basic. So I wanted it to be something where she was an individual. So I came up with Oliviani, but nobody can pronounce it. It's obviously a problem.
You told me the teacher kept calling it.
Oliviana. That's it. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I know you're a teacher.
Maybe he was trying to
Maybe she thought I couldn't spell,
or
but I chose the name for a reason.
Well, no, I won't even say that. Shortened it.
I'm just saying, like to go back to the what are you thing.
You said that the teacher didn't think you could spell.
Maybe, because why else is she deliberately? I was on the phone with her, and I said, "Oh, Oliviani," and she still kept saying Oliviana. So when people do that, it makes me feel like it makes me feel two ways. One, am I crazy and I'm just like not having the same conversation? Did I existentially check out? Or two, are you just, and this is really what it is most of the time is, are you just ignoring what I've said because you don't really want to, people don't really care, like with Oliviani's name. But
back on track.
That's what I'm saying.
What makes
the what are you thing is like, this is also why it used to.
What makes
But I'm
The
saying
new
people used to be
end.
like,
Why
"What
are
are
we the
you?"
new end?
And
I
that
think we
was
were
why I
always
was mad because
no, but we were all what people say. Like you said, the topic is mix is the new end. I think it's always been like that. That's America.
well, yeah, I mean, we're supposed to be the
There's
great
some,
the great American melting pot.
and that's what I think people have forgotten.
Schoolhouse Rock. The great American
And I
melting
think they
pot.
forgot that.
I did that as
That
my
word,
musical in high
but
school.
that word, melting pot, and somewhere down the line in these last 10 years, and people have forgotten that we are a melting pot, and everybody's mixed, especially in the past. Since because I remember going to school, and I was the only mixed kid besides my
I mean,
brothers
I
and
hate
sisters.
to say it in such a way where it sounds fucked up like this, but if you go down the grocery aisle in the spice aisle, you're not going to just see salt and pepper. You're going to see an array of spices. And that is
Is
what,
that your analogy?
yeah, that's what the United States should
It's a
be.
spice aisle.
Yeah, because we should all be like, oh, excited. Like when I was in the spice aisle yesterday, I saw the Chicka Boom Boom. And they stopped selling it at the one Kroger down from my house.
So are we the
Okay,
new end, or are we just something that's just always been there?
I
And
don't
people are
think it's a new thing. I think that
has it become cool to be mixed?
this country was founded though. I think we need to go back and then it's like you need to go back and talk about like when this country was basically stolen because it's stolen land, but like nobody's native here except Native Americans, and then all we've done to those people is round them up and put them on like identifiable pieces of land where they can't leave and they can't do anything. So really those people are indigenous of the United States. Everybody else, it's not a new thing. It's been like that. But is it an it thing? I think that like if you're okay, you're a guy like, well, I don't know. I can't say that for you because
That's
maybe
your
you.
thought.
I feel like men like it if they are talking to a woman and it's like more exotic. Although I don't know. I think
Women are exotic regardless.
y'all like to have all y'all different flavors. So even if you are talking
Hold
to
on.
a,
We like to have all different flavors. There's men that just stick strictly to one type.
I mean that's true, but most men don't just want
I think men just
one
love
type of
women.
female.
You guys, I don't think.
Who was it? I ain't got no type.
I have no idea.
Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. Who
Go
was
ahead,
that?
keep dancing and singing.
Who sang Ray Shremmerd? They said that. I think that's true of most of you men.
Well, I think men
You guys
just
don't
like.
have types. You just
Well,
like bad
men.
bitches. You really don't care
I
what they
wouldn't
look
say
like.
bad bitches. It's just y'all are beautiful creatures. I mean, when we have men that
Aesthetically, women have more on their body.
you have
But
things.
I think it's, again, men are beautiful creatures too.
I mean, that's just the way. I mean, that's
Because
how
I
you
am,
look
I
at it.
am not attracted. I'm not a lesbian. I think women are beautiful. They got titties, they got ass, whatever. But like a man, like
I mean, you
when
can go off of that. You can sit there and say, you can have women.
I'd rather see a man with his shirt off and like you don't have
That
any.
means
I
you're
mean, you don't
straight.
have titties to offer, but
I
you
mean, we
still
do have
are.
titties.
But you know,
We
not
have
like that.
I'm just saying, it's like women are just. You guys are just more appealing to the eye.
But okay, still, you go back to the topic though of if are mixed, people still it. My point
I think
is,
mixed kids are
my point to
just.
you is, as a man, you're gonna be more drawn to somebody that has some intrigue about them. And it's the same as a female. I mean, like, but this is where I'll say this and then we could put a pin in it because tall, dark, and handsome, what does that mean? I think that right there.
Means Willie.
No, but for real, tall, dark, and handsome it's subjective because I watched this thing about another podcast where It's like the one guys from London, and they were like the one mixed, like the lighter skinned guy was like, I always heard tall, dark, and handsome growing up, and I thought people were talking about me, but they were really talking about like
You ain't
Ben
tall.
Affleck. But like tall, dark, and handsome. Like there's two sets of tall, dark, and
I've
handsome.
never heard a woman ever like
Tall, dark, and handsome can mean just their hair, and
yeah,
they're
but
tall, and they're
handsome is
handsome.
period just goes
Dark
to a
doesn't have
man.
to be about your
If you
skin
hear
tone. It
if
can be
you
about the hair color or
if
anything.
you hear somebody say handsome, I'm thinking that you're talking about a male.
Oh well, obviously yes, but I'm saying in terms of the,
But men can be called pretty too.
I'm saying for the mixed people, are they the new it thing? There's
I
really
think
no
it's
way to
just
gauge it because tall, dark, and
I
handsome.
don't think it's an it thing. I think it's just become more of that there's just more biracial couples now and it's just becoming obvious that guess what? There's just mixed kids everywhere. Like I said, I grew up I didn't know that many mixed kids, but when I came here to Cincinnati, I got my group and we actually just came together because
Yeah, but that's because you were living what, like in Japan and stuff. You would have knew more mixed kids if you weren't living
I'm
on
just
that
saying when
side
we
of the
came
world.
here, it's like there wasn't that many of us. But then when we started finding out that there was more of us, we banded together because, like I said, I've told you this before. I've seen it on both sides where I ain't dark enough and I ain't light enough. But that has changed now, and I think that's a beautiful thing because we're starting to. There's more of an acceptance.
Anytime where people can be more accepting of different cultures that aren't their own is a beautiful thing, especially in this country. But my point is in saying that, like, is it a new thing? I agree with you
I
because
don't
I
think
don't
it's
think
new.
it's new. I think in the past
It's just being recognized.
it wasn't acceptable. I mean, you had people, like, even if you go back in this country, like with slavery, you had people that were willing to give up everything because they loved somebody that was different. And I think that really that's where the beauty lies, is just the other person is different. It doesn't matter what they're classified as. They're, even if they might look a certain way.
You
Because like
love what you
I
love.
have cousins that are Spanish with blue eyes and red hair.
You love what you love.
Just just if you see somebody and you want to get to know them, you should just want to get to know them because you're attracted to either what you see or their vibe, or maybe you have a class with them and you just think like, oh, they seem like a really nice person. Like, I think that that's really where I don't have an opinion one way or the other, because I think everybody, has certain, merit to their own
Yeah.
person. But it's just like, if you are going to lead with saying, what are you, or whatever, like, those are the type of people you already know right there. Like, they want to, like, believe that, oh, being mixed race is like the new fad, but they really don't. They just want to do it because everybody else is doing it. It's the popular thing.
I hear
Although
you.
we could put a pin in that, because I think race relations in this country is an entirely different conversation,
It'll
and
all be mixed here
I don't
soon.
even know if we can make that funny.
No, it'll all be mixed here soon.
Well, I think we all kind of are already
Well,
mixed.
you got some people that say they're still pure, which is just really hard to believe. But if
Well,
they,
you know what? There probably are some still like pure-blooded
I mean, it's just
races
really
of
hard to believe,
whichever way,
anyways.
but
Though I was like, how I've told, like I'll sit there jokingly with people, and it was like, oh, I'm pure this and that. I was like, well, that just means to me that you guys,
yeah, but how do they know? They're pure
they
something.
say they go and do their little bloodline trace and all that stuff. But that's here nor there. If they choose to believe that, that's on you. If you want to sit there and think that you're just pure white or pure black, I don't think anybody's like that unless you literally live in an area that's nothing surrounded by that type of person. If your family has lived in America from the beginning when we started you trace it all the way back to where you've been colonizing this motherfucker. It's hard to believe that you're just 100%.
Well, and this is another thing to go off that, but like if you are like, let's say, okay, I'm just going to use this because it's a good example and I've been exposed to it, and you could also like see it just because of social media and stuff. But like if you're raised on the East Coast, like, and you're Spanish, okay, like, but let's say like you look like you could pass for being African American. Like, I know people that say like, you know, the N-word or whatever that are not African American, they're Afro-Caribbean.
Yeah.
But it's like things like
That's
that.
amazing
I think that's a good place to stop, because we can put a pin in that, because there's Afro-Caribbean is
So you're
black
and Caribbean?
basically. No, well, okay, so this is how that classification is looked at. Like, so okay, and instead of getting, when the slave ships left Africa, instead of stopping at the United States, they stopped in the Caribbean.
I get that.
But that's what I mean. Like, okay, so for example, with Puerto Ricans, you can, if you're born in Puerto Rico, you could have like actual Spanish descent, English descent. Taino Indians are like the Native Americans on the island. But then like African descent, because slaves did stop there. Like, that's my point. All cultures at this point are mixed in some way.
Hold on. You said like slaves stopped there. Slaves weren't getting, I don't think they was getting off the boat. I think it was just the people that was driving the boat that got off that motherfucker.
I didn't mean slaves stopped there. She
was like, hey guys, we're going to make a quick stop.
I meant,
you guys can go stretch your legs and then you can get back on the boat.
I meant that the slave ships that brought slaves from Africa to the United States also stopped in the Caribbean. It's not like
a quick detour.
Although, you know what? This is a good topic, but we should also, like...
We can put a pin in it.
Yeah, because next time we talk in it, we could talk about Apocalypto. Like, we could watch that and bring that back into the forefront.
That is the show for today. I think we've covered a lot of good ground. So... we will maybe come back to some of this, or maybe not. We will see.
I don't know. This music you play makes it seem like we will.